Hi everyone, Just Fix here and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. We are going to do another speed build today. This build is a base game and Realm of Magic only build. I know that I did that in the last video as well, so I do apologise for that. I'm just feeling really inspired at the moment by these kind of like witchcrafty kind of cottage vibes, so I wanted to kind of explore that a little bit more. Especially because it's something that I've never really done in The Sims before, so sorry if you don't like those sorts of builds, but hopefully I will be building something that you will enjoy very soon. And if you want me to build anything in particular, like leave a comment and let me know, and I'll accept the challenge. I always like a good challenge. So I'm just going ahead and starting to build this. I did do it as a tiny home. I thought it would be really cool to build a tiny home thinking of the witch that lives here or the wizard that lives here as someone who kind of can build that skill really easily, really quickly. Maybe they're quite powerful. I also quite like the idea of this being quite like a compact build and kind of everything being on top of each other and just being kind of really chaotic inside as well. So and I think I achieved that because everything is everywhere in this build. So I'm just kind of trying to sort out the roof now. This build so far is giving me proper like Hagrid's house vibe in Harry Potter series, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not mad, and I thought it turned out really cute. Actually, I really enjoyed the look of this. I do end up I was trying to make this into a room upstairs. Sadly it just was not working. The roofing was just not having it, so it ends up just being like an empty part of the house, which is a shame because it would have been nice to put like a chair and a bookcase up there and only a ladder access, but I thought it could have been really nice to actually utilise that space. But sadly the roofing issue was just not letting me, and yeah, apologies, but I think it turned out quite nice anyway. I do end up moving the building. I don't know if I do it in a minute, but I moved the building because I wanted the entrance to be on a diagonal. I just kind of wanted it to be kind of seen through the trees. Like the idea is that this is like a very busy lot, and the witch that lives here has like let it go very overgrown. And yeah, I just thought that was a really cool kind of storyline, and like yeah, you'll see more as we go on. I don't want to ruin too much and like preempt it, but I'm just trying to sort out the landscaping and think about what I want to do. And yeah, I really wasn't that happy with it being this way. I don't know why. I just preferred it on the diagonal. I think it kind of just made it a bit more visually interesting. So we went with it, and here you can see me now trying to replicate, but the walls look so different on the diagonals. Like the roof piece looks so different on the diagonal that I was messing about, and it was actually quite difficult to do. As this is a base game and Realm of Magic only, I was very limited for chimneys. Chimneys. So the one that I actually wanted was the one from Discover University, so I would recommend like swapping these ones out for that one because I think it would have matched really nice in the grey, but sadly I didn't get to use it, and I really wanted to keep this as a base game build because I think it's important to recognise that not everyone can afford the packs, not everyone wants to buy all the packs, so I kind of kept it very simple, very plain, and I sorted out that bit of terrain. I wanted this to be really thin and windy as a bit of path. Apologies if I keep clearing my throat. I've not been feeling the top of my game, sadly. So yeah, if I'm clearing my throat, I've just had a busy day at work, and I'm trying to yeah, like I've been talking all day. So yeah, apologies for that if it is really loud on the microphone. I'm trying my best not to do it throughout this video for you. But what I was saying is I really wanted the path to be quite windy, and I wanted there to be like one direct path that the sim could take. So when I add all the kind of the greenery, the foliage and the rocks, I've really tried to build them up in areas that people that sims won't be able to walk through, so leaving kind of this one path. I'm so glad that they added these foundations to base game, because I think they really make this build look good. I couldn't imagine what I would have done if these weren't in here for the base, so I'm glad that they were. Also kind of gutted that the cast iron banisters aren't any taller, because again I think they would have looked really cool in this build, and because I wanted to keep it as minimum as minimal packs as possible, we do I didn't want to include any of the vampire stuff, which I could have because we are in the vampire world, but I didn't want to add another pack because I feel like it's such a slippery slope to kind of then go, oh, I'll just do it in this video and I'll do it in this one too, so I decided against it. And yeah, but I think we ended up like choosing quite a cool one. I think if I had to choose a banister and a fencing, I would have gone for the island living one, because it's that like lovely log wood, which is in the same colour as the current fencing, and I think it would have looked really, really good. I think I do put it on at one point, and yeah, I just think it really goes with the build. I tried to start laying out some plants and thinking about what this area needs to look like, but I didn't like it, so I was like, I'm gonna come back at the end once it's all done. On the inside, I really had a bit of trouble trying to find the perfect place for the bathroom, because it's the only place that I really wanted to put a door in and like actually have a separate room, because I mean you should. But I also really wanted to keep a cauldron in the middle of this room, like directly in the middle. I wanted the cauldron to be the main feature. I am going to test play this before I upload it to the gallery, so if it's on the gallery and you search Just Vix with 2 X's and you find it, it's been play tested and it should work absolutely fine. If it doesn't, please just let me know and I'm happy to kind of go in and edit it, because I'd rather edit it and it's not right like for one person and it's not right for 10 people, and then like they're not happy with the build, because I'm actually really proud of how this build turned out. The main focus of this room, of this build, was the cauldron. I just really wanted the cauldron in the middle. I thought it was such a cool addition, and I also just wanted this whole like black aesthetic, and I wanted really chaotic windows that didn't really make sense but kind of went with the build, but were all kind of different heights. I wanted it to look like it was falling apart, but obviously it's quite difficult to achieve that with walls in The Sims 4, so I had to try and do it in other ways, which I think I did okay. Like I did furniture at like weird angles and things to try and counteract how straight all of the walls were essentially. I wish I'd put some cracks and things on the walls. I just didn't think about it at the time, so apologies for that. Fun story with the character that has just been placed outside. I thought it would be really cool to have this storyline of like maybe he's on the path and he ventured too far and he's there as like a warning to people who choose to venture, like, you know, don't pass because this is what's going to happen, like you're going to get turned to stone by the witch, and there's lots of rumours about her and she lives very gated and closed off, and I just thought it was really cool. Yeah, I kind of layered some rugs as well. I thought that this would look kind of cool in the space, like loads of kind of like layered old styled rugs, and I went ahead and I shrunk one of these because I didn't want it to be, like I said, I just want things to be odd and unusual in this build. I didn't really want it to make sense, and I think I did that. Yeah, I think I did that. I think it looks quite fun in the end, and I tried to include something for every like moodlet, I guess, in the build as well, so like hopefully your Sims don't get bored here, and yeah, I end up moving a few things around in the kitchen here. I really didn't like how low I put that cabinet. Like I said, I wanted it to be odd, but I was looking at it and I was like, no, it's too odd. I don't enjoy it. So I do end up going in and changing that. But I really love this cooker. This cooker with the logs under it, I think, is super cute. I think, I just want to use it in more builds, but it's a very stylistic cooker. There's not many builds I feel like I could pop it in. Moving into the bathroom, one of the easiest rooms for me to furnish, because I feel like bathrooms are really, well, you know, they are what they say on the tin, aren't they? So it's just a case of like putting all of those kind of the same items in, and keeping it kind of old fashioned, and maybe putting a plant in there. And yeah, I really like the way it turned out, like making sure like the rug isn't straight. Like I really like how this build turned out, yeah, because it doesn't make sense, and I think that's what made it such a fun build to actually do. If I'm honest, I do also remove that second bar stool from the kitchen counter, just to make that room accessible, because I was worried that with the chair there it wouldn't be. So yeah, I do end up removing that, and then I just kind of start going in with some lights. And yeah, like I said, didn't want to use the vampire stuff, but if you have it and you wanted to add them as wall lights, I think that would look pretty cool. Like the candles, yeah, I really wanted this to be like quite sustainable in terms of only using candles. So yeah, there's a couple of lights, but I really wanted the main idea to be that these could be candles. I know they're not, but I didn't have any in the, like, there's none in the base game, and there's none in Realm of Magic, which kind of surprises me. I thought that would have been quite a nice little addition to the pack, but you know, we can't win them all. So now we're just kind of going in with the details. Here we are kind of like putting down all of the artwork. And again, I just wanted the walls to be really cluttered, really filled with anything old. I actually searched for grey and black only for this, because I didn't want to come outside of those stylistic choices. And I think it turned out so cool. There's so much clutter and so many things that this person has obviously collected throughout over time. And yeah, I just really loved it. Like, this person hasn't moved in centuries probably, and that's how they've managed to get this reputation of being the witch that lives in the that lives in the woods, essentially. Also, really enjoyed these curtains. I thought they were a really cool addition. I don't actually keep all the curtains the same in the build. I do change some of them for just a simple like white curtain, and I just think it adds to how the house doesn't work but does work. I know this build isn't going to be for everyone, and I am sorry about that, but you know, I also think that stylistic decisions, and I think it turned out really cool. Where the bar stool is, like the bar table and the stool, I do end up changing that a little bit, because I wanted to put a bookcase in, and I really just couldn't figure out where I wanted this bookcase to be. So I end up putting it there and kind of shifting some of the windows about in order to fit in this lovely tall thin bookshelf. It was the only one that I could really think would work in the space. And yeah, then I didn't like the curtains because they overlapped too much, and yeah, and then I also got rid of one of the chairs because I didn't feel like they needed 4 chairs in the house, so now we're just down to 2, which I think is completely fair. And that's pretty much the inside, if I'm honest. I do go back in later and just put a shelf up once I finally found debug. I completely forgot to put the debug cheat in. I was so excited to build this house, but once we go back inside, I do put some shelves in, and I put potions on the shelves, and I think that will look really cool. What I like about the potions is they breathe, which sounds really silly, but what I mean is they get all the smoke that comes out of them, and I thought that would look really cool on a shelf. Yeah, I think the hardest part of this build was trying to make it look busy without making it look too much, if I'm honest. I kind of put this path down, and like I said, I wanted it to be really wobbly, like really worn, and I think it ends up looking really, really cool, not gonna lie. I am gonna toot my own horn though, because I do like the way this turned out. And yeah, just kind of going in with some light foliage. Obviously, I'm not going too heavy on the foliage. It's not a woods or anything. But no, it does end up being quite heavy on all of the greenery. But I think it really worked for the build. I think one thing that is a shame with lots is like not being able to put things outside of the lot, because obviously then I've got all of this greenery, but it doesn't just end naturally. It's got quite harsh lines, and I think sometimes that's a bit of a shame. But yeah, if I'm honest, this was just some random placement, and I was like, yeah, that looks fine. And I don't know why, but I really wanted a fountain. So I do go in and put, oh my god, look at me getting my timing down. So I do put in a fountain. Not sure why, but also in debug I found some sticks that I think would look really cool, kind of crawling out from the path. I thought as well with this street lamp it would be really cool to have this storyline of like, you know, if you've gone past the street lamp you've gone too far, and it also just kind of brightens up the garden and brightens up the path a little bit, which is definitely needed in this world. Because this house is going to look so much better in the dark, and we all know it. So I kind of, oh, there we go. So we do, I do kind of try and keep that as a theme, and I just think it just looks so cool. In the end, I'm really happy with how it turned out. Like I said, I do find the debug menu in a minute, and I do start to put like sticks and logs and things down. And I just think it really pulls this path together, if I'm honest. You can see me searching debug now. I was looking for particular things, but couldn't find anything, and then I was like, oh, potions. Yeah, let's put some of those on the wall. I'll just grab them all now, just in case I can't find them in the debug menu again. I have seen there is like a tool that's been made, like a mod that's been made that sorts debug out, and that is so freaking exciting for me. I cannot wait to see what that looks like and when it's coming out. Yeah, I can't remember who made it, but I'm sure I can find out to put it in this video. And I'll put like a link below if you want to check it out. I believe it's on their Patreon. No, that's a tequila. Patreon. Yeah, that sounds right. It's on that at the moment. And yeah, I thought these twigs looked really cool coming out of the ground. Then I found this stump and was like, yes, absolutely. And then just for, I would go in with some light fencing just around it all. I know that they can walk through this, but I'm hoping that the way I've designed the path, they won't have that option. And they'll kind of just head straight to the path, to be honest. But even if they don't, that's the risk you take with debug, I guess, and we all know it. I also wanted a few of these to be broken, so I do go ahead and delete some. I think it just made more sense to have some broken ones. Didn't like these giant rocks, so do end up getting rid of them. Just feel like sometimes it's a little bit lazy to just put some giant rocks down and call it a day, so I went in and just put some plants down instead, which is just as lazy. However, I think it looked a lot better. Okay, so we are just putting down the last of the plants. I hope you've enjoyed this build as much as I've enjoyed making it. If you have, please do like and subscribe to my channel, and if you have any ideas of things that you'd like to see me build, please do leave a comment and I will happily accept the challenge. Please stick around and enjoy the footage of this build. Bye!